We have Christina today with us. The title of the webinar was the SleepTalk System. And to be honest, when I discovered it and when Christina spoke to me about it, I felt a bit like, what is this magical system that can solve so many issues? So we have Christina today that will take us through it. She's a mom also of two girls, and she's thriving in helping moms going from survival mode to empowering the moms. I will let her say more about her and take us also through what the sleep talk is about. And I hope you guys will enjoy it and will go out of the session with learning and new ways of doing things.
Thank you, Zainab, and thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight. I will start by saying that when I was at the very beginning of my motherhood, now my kids are 17 and 15 years old, I was always wishing to know if there is a manual to their brain. And I had times when I felt drained, I felt overwhelmed, and I felt lost. I'm pretty sure that many of us are going through these stages, and I'd be curious if you might feel or felt the same at any point in time. If you have ever felt like this webinar is definitely for you, because we're gonna go and learn more about a system who has tremendously helped me when my kids were younger, and even now I'm still doing it from time to time, although they are in their teenage period. So who am I? I'm a daughter, I'm a woman, a mother, a wife, and a friend who has came to this path of being an emotional intelligence specialist 8 years ago. I have done, like many of us, some mistakes with my kids. I was looking for, like Zainab said, a magical tool to help my kids. I was really hoping to find something like to address the issue that I was having at that time. For example, we are going through a period of, it was a war zone in the house. There were a huge fights between them. I needed to stay in between them to make sure they are not hurting each other. When they were drawing, for example, they were not drawing all four of us. They were drawing separately. Three of us, me, their father, and themselves. So I asked my trainer at that time, is there anything that I can do in order to help my kids? Because, okay, I'm learning hypnosis right now and they are too young for me to do any type of hypnosis with them, although we are in a hypnotic state for a longer period of time when they are kids. So my trainer said that this SleepTalk system is super helpful, and it's around the sun for many years. It was at that time around 40 years old and has been researched with tremendous success. So willing to help my kids, I have trained also to become a sleep talk consultant and many others modalities which are helping me to help my clients as well. So before going through the sleep talk system, I would like to talk a bit about how our mind works to also better understand where the sleep talk system is going and targeting the way that we can help our kids as well. So this is it's called NLP mind model, and I invite you to be in with an open mind and open heart. It's a different perspective, might be different from what you have seen before, or you might already know it. So what I'm going to talk about is actually how our mind is being formed from a very younger stage, from from the womb, when our unconscious and the body functions, immune systems are being formed in the early stages, in the first few weeks since we are conceived. And during the week of 16 week, we are already starting to have a sense, the hearing sense. And later on, around 22 to 26 weeks of pregnancy, we start to have all our senses active. So we have all our hearings, we have our view, seeing, smell, taste, and sense on the skin. Therefore, everything that the mother is going through, the pregnancy, good times or lower moments, the child is already perceiving and feeling all those emotions of happiness, emotion of joy, or also sadness, depending what the mother is going through. And the feelings are already starting to be formed even from that age. uh, from those emotions, you might have seen kids that already they are out of the womb and they might start sucking their thumb, or to find a way to comfort themselves. So that habit had already been formed from the womb as a coping mechanism for them to calm themselves when things are not the way they need to be. And I'd like to ask you if you ever came across of the concepts of subconscious mind and conscious mind. Any of you came across of these concepts?
Personally, no.
Okay, so yes. Uh,
Yeah, so hint is saying yes.
okay, great. So the conscious mind is the mind that starts to be formed from since we are in the womb, so from 26 weeks up to the age of 7. That means during this period, our kids are like sponges, like recorders of everything that's happening around us. So our beliefs as parents are being learned by our kids. They are learning also from the authorities in their life, from their teachers, from the person that they spend the most time in the house, in a day to day case. So everything they are just learning, they will not be able to, they don't have yet the ability to make a difference if this belief is good for me or the other belief is non-beneficial for me. Just to give you an example, back in the days, my mother used to say money are not growing on trees, monies are the evil's eye, so on and so forth. So my belief about money when I grew older were like, money is not something good to have. In the same time, everything that we are learning as kids from our parents, from the people with authority, from even from TV shows, we are taking as being our own. So we carry all these beliefs, good or not that great, throughout our entire life, until at a certain point we realize that there's something that is down there programmed, and we are looking for ways to reprogramming, to shift it, to shift our beliefs. So as I was saying, this subconscious mind is the one that has all these roles. So it's the one where the emotions are being formed, and based on the repetitions, for example, in many cases, for example, when the child is feeling low or has a bad day, there was a granny or somebody in the house who offered a sweet, and that was repeated throughout the time, and the child perceived that sweet as being a comfort tool in their well-being. And you might have seen people that when they are upset, they are feeling low, they'll start eating lots and lots of sweets. So the habits are being formed, and they are in this subconscious part, because our subconscious mind is the one who wants to protect us. The brain always wants to take you from feeling low to feeling good. and it's looking for ways to help us to find a fast way to feel good. The same happens with the smokers. The smokers, they are not going out for the smoke itself. It's that calm that comes when you just inhale. It's take a breath. It's like when you smoke, you take inhale, and it's also repeating this idea of it's calming me, and it might be a social habit that had been formed in order to belong. Repeating the habit, repeating the activity is going to be formed a habit down there in the subconscious mind.
So
Uh,
so you're saying that the memories are registered from the womb. So from what you were saying, or
yes,
we are okay. So we started registering the memories from when we are. I mean, when we were in the womb. Interesting. Uh,
yes, since there. So we are registering every second of our life. It's to imagine like this subconscious mind is like a computer with folders, and in every folders you have your memories from zero to up to nowadays, and
it
every
reminds me
second.
of this. Sorry.
Yes,
It
yeah.
reminds me of this cartoon of Inside Out, which is exactly the same thing, like going into the memory and how it is registered. Every memory has a place in the brain of the kid.
Yes, exactly. It's exactly like that. And the subconscious part of us, it's the one that carries it's is the part that holds the permanent memory. So as I was saying, it's holding that every second of our life, that it is registered there. Even those that right now in the conscious mind of adults, we are not remembering, but through the different ways, you can reach to the subconscious mind and shift and change different habits that and beliefs that are no longer beneficial for you. And I wrote here it's lazy. The subconscious mind is lazy because once a habit has been formed, you need to reach back to the subconscious mind, which we have the impression that is sleeping when we are awake, but actually it's awake 24 hours and is registering, recording on every single second of our life. So we need to reach down to the subconscious mind in order to shift and change that habit, to shift and change that belief. And
So
it's
I know that it's not necessarily the topic of today, but what are the different ways of reaching the subconscious mind that exists, basically?
there are different modalities that can help you reach there. One of them is hypnosis. Otherwise, it's meditation. You can reach there through EFT. EFT can help you reach to that. So these are few ways that I'm aware of in order to reach there.
Okay, what is EFT? Just for
Tapping. If you have heard of tapping,
this?
yeah, tapping on the meridians,
Yes,
emotional
yeah.
freedom
It's part of a
technique.
meditation also. I mean, they use it in meditation to prepare for the meditation. I did it
It,
in before meditation session. We did the tapping and repeating a kind of script
Mhm.
through. So this is the EFT.
That's the EFT. It can be done by itself or as a preparation because it's helping soothing the mind and the body. It's a very useful technique to release from mind and from the body, because emotions are not only stored in the brain, are stored all over the body. Our hearts for certain emotions, our liver, our kidney. So
True.
emotions are stored. So it's a very good tool to connect to the body and mind as well.
Amazing. Good to know. Thank you, Christina.
Welcome. So the subconscious mind, which represents 90%, not 95 of percent of who we are, it's being said by many well-known people from, for example, I have a lapsus. The people like oh, Newton said that, and also Einstein. Yeah, Einstein was on my mind when I was saying people like Greg
Exactly.
Braden, Bruce Lipton, even it's a very well-known person in the um, world in the neuroscience part, Joe Dispenza. So all of these people who are scientists are saying that the subconscious mind represents 90% of who we are, because beliefs are being formed from a very young age, and we carry the programs throughout the life as truth for us. So that's why it's important to understand, okay, once the conscious mind starts to form around 7 to 8 years old, it's individualized. So up to that point, the kids are only based on emotions. They will not be able to differentiate if a belief of their mother, father, or the person that is the most around them, it's a good one or not good. They are just taking it. They absorb it like a sponge.
Okay.
So,
Very,
uh,
very clear.
yes. So between these 0 to 7 years old, kids are like recorders of what we are doing, what we are saying. I did not like to when I first found out that they are our mirror. When I heard that your kids are the mirror of their parents, I said, okay.
No
And
pressure.
no pressure, exactly, no pressure. And of course, are the mirror of the environment that they are being raised. Because sometimes I was lucky to stay at home with my kids, but in many cases, kids are going to kindergarten, in daycare, they are going to school. And from there, they take a lot. They take
Yeah,
a lot
there.
of
I mean,
habits.
I myself noticed the change on my kid once he started school. The
Mhm.
environment has been a big impact on the way he has shifted and built his personality.
Yes, 100%. So that's why for me, it helped me when I saw this model to understand, okay, there's something that can be done in order to help to unload that, let's say, unwanted habits, unwanted behaviors have already been formed. Because yes, my kids, when I did the sleep talk with them, when I started to do the sleep talk with them, they were 7 and 5 years old. So it helped me a lot, because after 2 months of doing the sleep talk continuously, they have started already to draw all four of us. They are starting to put hearts around us as a family. They are no longer fighting that much. And that I said, okay, this is something that I really want to find out more about it, and share more to the world what I have discovered. Because for me at that
So,
time was, like you said, it's like a magical tool.
so can you tell us about it, about what the sleep talk is, and yes, and what can it solve? How does it work? I think everyone want to know more about it.
Definitely. So yeah,
Sorry,
we'll go.
can I just, Christina, can I just butt in here? I just wanted to check. You mentioned that it is from whatever the womb till 7, right? That's the age limit that you said that the subconscious is getting built, correct?
No, no, the subconscious is there always. They are functioning only on the subconscious. They are not having the conscious mind, the mind that knows how to compare, to contrast the rational. They don't have the rational mind up to 7 years. They're
So basically, like my kid is 6.5, like
Mhm.
few months into 7. So I just want to understand, is there can do I still have time to like make a difference in these impacts that she's already faced, or is it just like after 7? Like sometimes, I don't know, I've read a couple of places where they say that the child's personality is made by 7, and then after that, that's how it is. So like, for
you
example, my kid has a couple of fears or something that I would like to help her move work through. So is it a hard stop at 7, or is
no,
it
no, the system that I'm going to talk about, the SleepTalk system, help kids from 0 to 14 years old.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And
Welcome.
I think just related to the point of Prerna, I think what Christina was saying, and Christina, please let me know if I got it well. Them registering everything emotionally and taking to their subconscious happen between 0 7, but solving for anything that is happening during this time gap can still be done with all the hypnosis, I mean, the tools that are existing in the world. I mean, till now, I think all of us, I mean, I'm 38 and I have so many uh, beliefs and things that I took from my childhood and that are
Mhm.
stored, as Christina was saying, in my subconscious or throughout those years. But I can still solve for them if I have the will to, and there are couple of methods that can help us. So the hard cut is not necessarily 0 to 7, or I mean, there are always options to go and solve for whatever
Yes.
fears we have or beliefs that we have.
100%. Yes. This is the system, the SleepTalk system that I'm talking about. It's helping them from an early age. So we avoid sending them to the world with what they have learned as being negative, with so many fears. Because fears can appear from a movie, fear can be taken from another child. So through this system, we can help them release those fears. And yes, if even though they might be at 15, 17, 18, 90s, there are always tools that help reach to the subconscious level that I was mentioning earlier, like hypnosis, EFT, NLP, meditation, in order to reprogram and shift those fears, those beliefs and habits. So it's never too late to get help with. Did I answer your question?
Maybe. I think prayer, not the question was for you, but I think you're pretty clear on your answer, Christina.
Okay, good. So, what is this SleepTalk system that looks like wonder and does so many good stuff for our kids? And it's a system that it's really helping to build up the emotional strength and resilience, and was brought to life more than 40 years ago by Joanne Golding, who right now it's in her 80s, and she's still enjoying life together with her daughter. Um, the system, okay, you said great, thank you. Yes, so the system was brought to life by Joanne Golding, who was a hypnotist and a therapist more than 50 years ago. So she had a daughter who, at 4 years old, she was not able to talk too much. She was not able to use the motricity too well to use her legs her properly, to to tie her laces, to have a conversation. And she went through so many doctors. So many doctors said it's her fault as a mother because she doesn't know how to educate her child. Uh, so she was keep on looking for ways to help her daughter in ways that no one else was seeing it available. Later on, when the child was 7 years old and the CT scanning MRI was finally brought to life and to be used by people, she took her daughter to the scan, and they have shown that her daughter was having a brain paralysis. And then they understood that her IQ was below 50. And she realized that there was not a problem with the parenting that she was doing. That was actually a physiological problem with her daughter, even though she did not give up. And she and her husband, who were like therapists at that time, they started to tell her every single night affirmations, positive affirmation that were really given results. In few months, they have seen that their daughter started to talk, more words. They have seen that she was able to be more confident. The tantrums were reduced, and they keep on doing this for more than a year when they realized that they came across of something that is really helpful for not only for their daughter, and they started to talk with their peers, to talk to the parents, and start to implement it in different households. And further on
So,
down, yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
So further on down the line, they have started to work with psychologists, psychiatrists, and do a lot of research on this new tool that they have brought to life. And many of them started to reinforce the use of SleepTalk system on a daily basis for kids where there was a need to be used. Um, so her daughter, down the line, later on in life, she managed to get married, to have a simple life by herself, although she had those limitations due to the physiological part. And many other hundreds of thousands of people were able to use and are still using SleepTalk system, and they are seeing amazing results with their kids.
So I imagine it's not only word of affirmation, because I think we all do this sometimes in the day, sometimes in the night before bedtime. I assume there is more to it, right?
Yeah, there is more to it. The affirmations are done in a certain way. They have been tested and are combined with another research that has been done in the 1960s with another, it's Emile Coué. It's a psychologist who has started to use a phrase. You might have heard of it. It's every day in every way. You are getting better and better in all aspects of your life. So the research done on this particular phrase, when this psychologist, French psychologist, started to implement with his clients, down the line in 3 months, they have seen huge improvement in their well-being. Like it was an improvement of 40% in their well-being, and the measurements are done, the research is there. So they have incorporated, let's say, the phrases in a way that are really helping to settle and send the message. The message is very simple. It's the message to make the child to feel unconditionally loved, to build up that self-worth, that self-confidence.
Okay. And how does it work? So what is the process? Uh, okay, we're getting into it.
Yes, we are going there. So the SleepTalk system it's done in three stages. The first one is the same for everyone. It's called the foundational stage, where it can help kids with and improving their happiness, their self-esteem, their confidence, and it's correcting poor habits like separation anxiety, sibling rivalry, temper tantrums, certain fears. So the foundation, which can take between 2 to 3 months, depending on the age, it's the same for everyone. Is you can call it like a story that you are telling to your kid, a script that you are saying in a certain format, the format that has been studied for so many years. Then down the line, when we're already, to give you an example, I had cases where parents came to me because their kids were still bedwetting when they were 7 years old. They were biting their nails. They were throwing tantrums out of the blue in a store, and also they were not willing to go to school. They were like a hustle to get them dressed and go to school. So they came with these four, let's say, challenges. Doing the foundation, there is like an evaluation that's being done of the emotional, physiological state. So it's like a baseline that we are doing when the parents are coming to have the system learned by them. So it's an evaluation. Let's say they are coming with these four issues. The foundation is being done, and in 1.5 months, 2 months, they are seeing already improvements. The child is no longer nail biting. They are no longer, the tantrums have been reduced. and their mood to go to school, it's dramatically changed. So once we see improvements, we are going to use the second stage, which is called bridging the gap, is the consolidation of the foundation suggestions. So which is bringing to reinforce and clear anything else in terms of that is remaining, to lower and eliminate the tantrums, to shift and change the mood when he's going to school. But we are still remain after 3 months, let's say, with the bedwetting. That did not change. So at that point in time, it's the script, it's shifted to address that particular issue.
So I have a question. I had a question in mind. Yes. So you were talking, and please, mamas, if you have any question, there is a Q&A section, or use the chat, because we're not so many, so you can use the chat or voice it out if you feel like. My question is, you were talking about the 2 to 3 months period on the foundation stage. Is this depending on how deep the challenge is for the kid, or it can vary, it can be below the 2 months and can go up to 3 months depending on how deep it is? That's my first question. Second
Yes.
question is it, you were talking also about an assessment that is done with the kid in the beginning. Is it with the kid that the assessment is done, or is it with the parents? And what is the assessment? It's help us basically define what are the issues. So yeah, those are my two questions.
Yes, so the assessment, let's just start with the first one. The first question was how long it's
Is the
taking.
2 3 months, yes, is the true
Yes,
2 3 months like by the Bible, or
no,
is it can it, yeah,
it's
depending on how
varying
challenging?
depending how challenging it is and how old is the child. For example, I had parents working with them with a child of 1 year and a half. She started to take her hair off. So she was like pulling her head out of her head until she was like getting bald on a side. Because at a certain point they left her with her grandparents, and they left. So after that event, the child felt like abandoned, and she was crying. And every night at bedtime, she was taking
Her way
her
of comforting
hair.
herself.
Yes, exactly. So they have done sleep talk for her for a month and a half, and she was no longer. She stopped finding comfort in pulling her hair out. So
Okay.
the internal peace has been reestablished, but she was 1 year and a half. So it can be how deep it is and how old is the child,
So the
because
more they are old, the more time it will take, I assume, because they have more, uh, let's say, luggage,
yes, yeah, it may
beliefs
take
and
longer.
memories and all. Okay, very
Yeah,
clear.
it may take longer. And the other question of yours
Was about the assessments.
the assessment. So it's like a questionnaire that we assess, for example, um, how is the from the emotional point of view, is your child, how is he interacting or she interacting in school, how is she at home, how is she with emotionally with the sibling, physiologically is she an active, so it's a questionnaire
Okay.
that we are going through to make an assessment, like a baseline, and to see the evolution further down the line, because every 4 weeks I am doing reevaluations to see the evolution of the sleep talk system.
And the kid is not involved, so it's
No, the
only
kid is not
between you
involved.
and the parent. Okay, very clear.
Exactly. So
Clear.
I'm working both with mainly mothers, so it's like 80% mothers, but also there are fathers that are getting involved in this. And the more, if the both sides are being involved, it's
The
always
better.
better. But it's also okay to be done by the mother. I will
Okay,
explain
very clear.
that Yeah. So in the third stage, I was saying that it's like individualized. With the remaining issue, we make it individualized in order to address that particular issue for 1 month.
Okay. So, I mean, if I understand well, if to summarize it or to draw it, the more deep the issues are, or more complex the issues are, the longer, I mean, the longer it will take. The foundation is a kind of clearing the space or make
Exactly.
it. Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
you got it well. Yeah, exactly like that. It's clearing all the dust, all the mud that has been gathered throughout the years. Might be from bullying, might be from different experiences that were not that great. So that's definitely a clearing period.
Okay, very clear.
So who does the process?
Sure,
Somebody
Hein.
said,
No problem.
yeah. So how who does the process? As I said, mommy does it, daddy does it when the dad is being involved, and the extended family for those who are are always in the child's life, not the babysitter. So if you have questions about the babysitter, I will tell you my experience with this, and it's never recommended to do it because I've done that mistake as well. So
So
it's
someone asked me in the group to understand if the nanny can do it. And to be honest, I thought if she's spending so much time and putting the kids to sleep, for example, every day, for X or Y reason,
she
maybe she
can
will be
do
able.
it, but her name in the script will not be mentioned.
Okay.
So, for example, it's like mommy loves you, daddy loves you, your brother or sister loves you. You are not putting the nanny into this. She can do or say the script, but it's better, for example, to play your recording, not her to use it with her voice.
Okay. So
So
you can
it's
play the
always.
recording. Okay.
Yeah, so let's say there are cases when the parents are traveling and the nannies are spending time with the kid, or the nannies are the one putting the kids to bed. In that situation, mother and father are recording the script on the phone and she is playing it. Because otherwise, in my case, the kids will be a bit confused in different aspects. So I realized that, and I took her out of the script because in my case I added the nanny in the script. It's not only mother, father, and sister. I was adding her in the script.
Okay.
If the grandparents are in the house and living on a daily basis on the house, yes, you can add them.
Is it
But
related to permanent people who are not
yes,
changing somehow, right? In the life
yes,
of the person?
yes, exactly.
Because this can create also, I assume, uh, disappointment if supposing tomorrow this person will change to someone else.
Mhm.
This will form memories and beliefs to the. Is it more in that sense?
Exactly. You got it
Okay.
right. Yes, because
Okay.
you know how it is. Is for I don't know if it's. I believe it's mainly about Dubai or people that are having nannies at home on a regular basis, but the nannies are sometimes are being changed. It
Yeah.
happens
Okay.
that
Got it.
the family is not having the same nanny throughout the whole period of the
So
kids.
whoever does this, the process needs to be permanent people in the life of the kid,
Yes.
not exchangeable. Okay, clear.
Yeah. So when the process is being done on the system, when the sleep talk is done every night, 20 to 40 minutes after the child goes to sleep, because it's this gap. So they are going in deep sleep, is they're the cycle of sleep. They are going in deep sleep, and then in order to bring them to the lighter level of sleep is the place where they are receptive mainly to the suggestions. And why we are doing it mainly throughout the night is because at night there are no more distractions around the kids. There is no noise. There is everything. It's calm and peaceful.
I mean, the best time for me to have the attention of my kid is at bedtime. I I agree with this 100%.
Yeah, and it's taking only 2 minutes a night, so it's something that it's like it's taking less from your time, but it's bringing so many benefits in our lives.
So you're saying that the process should be done in the light sleep because it's the time when the kid is more ready to receive, because in deep sleep he is not. So right, so that's
Yes,
one.
yes.
And second time, I'm a second thing is how do I know if it's 20 or 40 minutes? I mean,
So you normally know when your kid is falling asleep. You'll create like a routine. See, this is like the three C's of the sleep talk process: consistency, compliancy, following the script that has been studied, and it's giving results. And so consistency, compliancy with this.
but how, I mean, what I'm not very clear is how do I know that he is in light sleep and not in deep sleep?
Ah,
Is there a way to take
yeah, yeah,
him out from a deep sleep to a
yes,
light sleep?
yes. It's by touching uh, its forehead, or depending how it's sleep. So you touch the forehead, or you touch slightly on the back of the head, and you see a slight change in his breathing, in the movement of the body.
So I can take him from a deep sleep to a light sleep stage
Yes,
by doing movement and
slight movements, very slight
okay,
movements. It's
okay.
not something, yeah, very slight movements.
So I have a question here. 20 to 40 minutes, you're saying that it depends on how much time that your child basically gets into deep sleep, correct? Like, so you're saying that you try to keep them awake for at least 20 odd minutes.
No,
Uh,
it's not awake. So they are sleeping.
no,
You put them.
light sleep, yeah.
So you are, let's say you read your story to your child. She is falling asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And after you saw that she is asleep, you let her sleep like for 20 to 40 minutes to go through that deep sleep.
Okay.
And after that deep sleep, you enter normally in her room, and you touch her slightly on the forehead, or
Okay.
depending how
After
she,
she's gone to sleep. Okay.
yes,
So,
after. So
okay.
you are not keeping her awake. Is That's why it's dying done in the sleeping mode. Of course, throughout the day, it's important to repeat parts of the script, of the message that is
Mm-hmm.
being offered, but not the full one entirely.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
So I think this is
Welcome.
very important that the kid needs to be in light sleep because it's when he is in a receiving, I mean, he can receive. So what you're saying is also that, for example, I'm just, if parents are fighting and
Hmm.
thinking that the kids are sleeping and they don't know what's happening, or if the kid is sleeping next to us and us talking about how tough they are or how naughty they have been during the day, if this comes in the space of their light sleep, this will be registered. Oh my God, I'm talking to you and I
Yes,
have goosebumps.
yes, one
It
hundred
it's
percent.
it gets registered as memories in their
Yes,
subconscious mind. Okay.
yes, yeah, because we have cycle of sleep, so it's like going deep sleep, light sleep, so it's always like a wave. And yes, you are right. The answer is yes. The subconscious mind is never asleep. It's always active, recording at all ages, not only between 0 to 7. At every age, subconscious mind is active 24 hours out of 24.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Yeah, I was surprised as well. I said, okay, if I'm speaking while they sleep, I did not know before learning all this. And yes, the sleep talk is done on in a way that there is no noise around, so no TV loud, nothing loud around them.
So I'm interested to know how it's happening, what gets activated.
Yeah, so I will go through the benefits. as I was saying, no background noise, a child fall asleep after 20 to 40 minutes. It's not a secret that you're going in the room. They may wake up and ask you what you are doing there. You just tell them, I am here to say, to see how you are, to tag you, to say that I'm so it's not a secret that you are doing this. It's something very open. It's just telling them that you are there for them to see how they are. The benefits of the SleepTalk system, you'll be seeing that they have, if there's a case they don't have confidence, you'll see increased confidence and assertiveness, the ability to reach their goals and move towards their full potential. There's a better health and well-being, there is improved behavior, increased enjoyment of school, improved concentration. Depending what you're targeting, you'll see improvements in those areas. And of course, once the improvements are being seen with the kids, of course, in the house, there will be a more happier environment, better communication, and less family tension. Specific issues that can be improved from, as I said, bedwetting, temper tantrums, nail biting, or other nervous habits, fears and anxieties, poor eating habits, or various skin conditions. There are so many. So the list of things that can be improved with the SleepTalk system, it's huge. And also what I want to mention, SleepTalk, it's going hand in hand with any other complementary therapy or therapy that you are doing with your kids. There are no contraindications for doing the sleep talk. So it's not overriding or it's not diminishing any other treatment that you are doing with your child. On the other hand, it's helping, it's enhancing whatever other therapy you might do with your kids. So you are asking me what's happening and how the sleep talk works and what's happening at on the clinical level and why it's working. Because through this type of shared love, this positive affirmation that are being shared with our kids, there is increasing in oxytocin, which is the bonding and safety hormone. It's reducing the cortisol, it's boosting the serotonin. We might have heard about neuroplasticity and the brain's the ability to rewire. It's the age when this is happening very fast. And the reinforcement, the repetition.
What is the brain ability to rewire? Like to forget about the past and this is it? And
It's
like,
not about forgetting, it's about learning new behaviors that it's like reprogramming. Yes.
okay, restarting.
Rewire, reprogram what's no longer serving. And through repetition, this is compounded in their system. So it's like the more you are doing something, the better you become. Like for example, when you start first time to drive, you are not at your best abilities, but the more you practice driving, or the more you are practice whatever skills you want to learn, the better you become. Does it answer to your question?
Yeah, I think it reminds me of something I saw a mom on a Instagram post. She was talking to her daughter and talking to her about how much what is the impact of the positive words in cleaning the space and cleaning the brain. And she was, I mean, having two glasses of one dirty water and one clean water, and she was pouring the I don't know if you heard about it or you
Yes,
and you
I
know.
wanted to do exactly the same, but I was like trying to see how I can do it in an online space without having an extra camera. So it was in my mind to do it because this is exactly what the sleep talk system is doing. It's cleansing the dirty water that has been poured in our kids' brain. And of course, we can do it with teenagers as well, but it's a different way of doing it. Oh, yes.
Pilot is saying, do you have any feedback in the case of bedwetting?
Yes. So I had several cases of bedwetting, and there are so many testimonials on the bedwetting as well. So it helped a lot. So sometimes the latest case was that the child on her 8 years old, she was moving schools, and out of nowhere she started to wet the bed. So it was a stress related issue, and using SleepTalk, it helped to improve and stop the bedwetting.
So when you're saying that, it means that, I mean, the parents should be, does it happen also in the assessment where you know what are the changes that happen in the kid life at the same time to be able to link it somehow to events? Or
Yes, that's
so this
part of the assessment. However, the structure of the SleepTalk is the same. The foundation is the
okay, so
same
it
for
doesn't change.
no.
So the script for you were referring to will be, let's say, standardized on the foundation part, but then at the stage 2 and stage 3, you get to personalize depending on
The
the
issue.
kid, the issue.
Yes,
Okay, we got it.
true. Yes. So why to choose the SleepTalk system? It's mainly because it's a way, it's a complementary way to help our kids through suggestions, through statements that are presented every night and reinforced throughout the day to create that unconditional love, the sense of unconditional love that they are being helped, supported, and also it's creating bonds, a very big bond with the mother, with the father. The connection is being more compounded in this regard. The language that is being used, it's appropriate for all children regarding the race, religion, or learning ability. So any child being 2 years old, being 1 year old, being 7 years old will be able to understand the language. And coming to the language can be done in not only in English, but has been translated in so many other languages. So I had clients that did it in Romanian, did it in French, did it in English, did it in Arabic. Also, many other languages are being available to be. So it's basically translated to be understood in all the languages. So yes, there are suggestions that are being given for life, and it's encouraging use of positive and constructive language rather than negative. And the RAS, what is the activate? The RAS is the reticular activating system, is that antenna that never sleeps. So when I was saying when they are going even to bed, there was a question. I will answer all the questions like in a few minutes.
We'll go through them. Yeah, we'll go through.
Yeah. So it's not a therapy. It's not a therapy. It's a system that it's helping parents and helping their kids. All the communication and suggestions given by someone with authority, like parents, will be remembered by throughout their entire life. And the process needs to be presented consistently and in compliance, following exactly the script. And of course, there is commitment. The 3 C's: commitment, consistency, and compliancy. So yes, we can go ahead with the questions. I was having some more, but I would like to answer first your questions regarding SleepTalk.
So I have myself a question, and then Hayat has a question saying, is the script free or has to follow any convention, like any mandatory words in it?
Yeah. So there are, as I said, the script has been developed and studied and researched for many years. It's a standardized one, and yes, it's not a free, let's say, any words that you are thinking of putting in the script. So it's a format, the standard format that is being used.
So what you were saying also is that on the foundation level, It's a
Yes.
standardized format for everyone to clear the
Yes.
foundation. But if there are specific issues that are not clear in the foundation phase, then we adapt, right, the script
Yes.
to, and we personalize it in the stage 2 and 3.
Yes.
Clear. Hayat, I hope this answer your question. From my side, I have a question. Supposing I'm doing the sleep talk, right? And in
Mm-hmm.
parallel, there is, I don't know, a divorce happening in the house, or the mother is going under stress in work.
Mm-hmm.
S- would Are we able to separate, I mean, the state of the mother or the father or whoever is doing the sleep talk with the kid to the process itself with the kid?
You are asking me right now in the case of a divorce, because there are two,
Not
divorce and
necessarily, I mean, not necessarily any problem, anything that will impact
Mhm,
externally the state of the mother. I mean, I have been doing sleep talk for, let's say, 2 months, and then in the
mhm,
last month, I'm under very high pressure at work.
mhm.
So I'm being stressed, I'm being overwhelmed myself. Would
Mhm.
that state of the mother at this point of time, let's say after 2 months of doing consistently the sleep talk with the kid, will impact the way the kid will be receiving the sleep talk in that last month? Or
It's important. I was about to talk about the 10 seconds before we enter in the room and do the sleep talk. It's important for the parents who are doing it to compose themselves and go in the room in a very calm way, because the child will feel it. So if we are going in the room doing the sleep talk in a nervous way, we better don't do it. We better avoid doing it. Or if you have recorded the message in the previous 2 months, play that recording when you are doing it in a soft, calm, loving voice. So it's important the state of the parent when doing the sleep talk.
okay, very clear. Another question from my side is, would it have the odd situations where I will be doing the sleep talk with my kid, and then I will tell him I love you, and then maybe he will wake up telling me, no, you don't. I
Mhm.
mean, does it happen? And
Yes, it does.
how to manage in those situations?
Okay, so those are called up reactions. And in those situations, it happened to me in the case, in one case on one of my daughters, and she just popped up and said, "You don't love me," and she put her head down. So you are just talking her, saying, "I'm here for you. I'm here to support you, and I love you." So it's just reassuring her that you actually do, because it's like it's something in her subconscious. Maybe there was something earlier throughout the day, throughout the days or months, when something went differently than she was expecting to go. So it's normal to happen.
There. So those are my question. I don't know if anyone has questions related to sleep talk, or all is clear from your end. Okay, so I think we're good. We're good enough. You had the slide, right, Christina?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Asma. Thank you. Yes, it is recorded and it will be shared. Don't worry.
yeah. So I wanted to talk a bit about positive communication before thanking you for your participation. So yes, it's important the way we communicate with our kids, and it's important to engage them in a certain way for them to feel understood, to feel that we are not talking from above, or just we are only there to give them direction. So it's important to, for example, when we are talking to them, to squat and to talk to them at the same level, looking into their eyes, and how to teach them focus is like talking on their name and bringing the parts that you need from them. For example, in this case, Mary, I need your eyes. Billy, I need your ears. Susie, will you please? So these are ways that it's important to be implemented in our day-to-day lives. One sentence rule, because the more we talk, I don't know if you are aware, it has been a study that the span of attention right now it's even lower than it was before, but the span of attention is equal than the number of years. So let's say your child is 2 years old, he or she will be able to listen to you to max 2 minutes. So and right now,
Interesting.
yeah, uh, the old
I actually think it's inversely proportionate. The older they become, the lesser they listen to us.
nowadays, yes, that was an old study, but right now with the technology, their focus has decreased incredibly low. It's like 9 seconds. So I was surprised to see these new studies. The old study were saying, yeah, up to the age of 44, that's the max, 44 minutes when a person is able to stay focused, and then is decreasing. But right now, nowadays, what's happening with the technology, it's decreasing, it has decreased. So the focus is less than a minute in many cases. So that's why it's important to have very simple and straight to the point conversations with our kids.
We need to grab attention in the first second. It's like
First three
it's like
seconds,
social
yes.
media. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
because
social.
it's exactly like that, because depending if your child is using or not technology and social media, it will be exactly like in the social media, in the
Yeah,
Snapchat or whatever they are using.
yeah,
So
that's important.
yeah, the asking the child to repeat what we have told them, and if they cannot, it's too long. Also, it's important when we are talking to them and we want them to do a certain stuff, we need to make them like an offer that they cannot refuse. For example, get dressed, so you go outside and play. Give a reason to move from their power position to what you want. So it's
That's
like,
very interesting. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not using this much. So so it's not or you will not play. It's so we can usually we put a condition to
yeah,
if
no,
you don't get dressed, you will not go play. This is how
yes,
I will formulate it myself. So it's more get dressed, more in a positive way, where get dressed so we can go outside and play. It
yeah.
changes everything.
Exactly. And for example, if that when you're using this type of, it's important to use the positive in it. Is the don'ts is like, I'm telling you right now, don't think of a pink elephant with white dots. You straight first, you'll think about
I
the
will think
elephant,
of big elephant,
and then we'll
pink with
cross it. Yeah, so that's important. That's why it's important the way we
100%.
come. Yeah. So there are, as you can see, give options and choices. For example, they normally they don't want to go to sleep, or they don't want to go to bed. It's like you give them time. It's like not all of a sudden you go and tell them now you stop the TV and go to sleep. Give them some time. You have 5 minutes to keep on watching. After these 5 minutes, you need to go to sleep. So it's like preparing them to for the situation that you are looking to put them through. So you see here, example, do you want to put your pajamas or brush your teeth first? So they have an option. They will choose from something.
So I think it's more when we use the power struggle, like when we want to play the parent and the one who have the power. This is where the struggle with them happen. They are fighting the power struggle somehow. While when you make them able to choose, it's somehow received by their brain in a positive way.
Yeah. So it's like the be positive. What I meant, it was like from no running, because I said, don't think of a pink elephant. You will definitely. So no running means first running and then stop running. It's inside we walk, outside we may run. So it's like it's a way of shifting the communication towards this type of pattern.
So when I tell him stop fighting your sister, so for him
Yes.
is fight and then stop fighting.
Yeah, this
So
is how the brain functions.
wow, okay.
Yeah. So be
So
nice to your
how am I?
sister.
Okay.
Be nice to your sister. Yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, so I'm more than happy if there, and I will also would like to ask, and I'll send you a link to register the interest in doing a sleep talk sessions, because in these workshops, the few workshops, by the contract I have signed, I'm not allowed to give the script. So it needs to be in a context where there is a paid format that we are delivering the format of the sleep talk. So
Sure,
I would like
understandable.
so I'm more than happy to understand if there is interest in doing it. Anyway, I have one planned towards the end of July. I'll share with you the link with people in your community if they're interested to find out the exact way of doing and what's the foundation script, what are the stages. I'm more than happy to share it with you and your community. And I would like to ask if there are any questions from anyone that is still here.
nothing
I
from
If
me.
not,
Thank you. It was extremely,
yeah.
extremely informative. Thank you so much.
most welcome, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying till the end with us. And for you mothers, I would like to give something for you, because we are in different stages of our well-being. I have a quiz. It's a well-being quiz, which it's by doing it you'll be able to assess the level of your overwhelm, the level of your well-being. If you are feeling yourself in a draining period, you are just well, and there's just continue what you are doing, or you are super overwhelmed and steps needs to be taken. And I'm here to help and assist in your journey if you feel like.
I think it's I'll take the link if you have a link to it. I think more moms will be interested to know at which stage of emotional wellness they about what is aware awareness, yes. They are. So I will be happy to share it also to the community for them to take the quiz actually and see, because sometimes we think that we're feeling good, but actually we're just pushing
Absolutely.
uh, uh we're pushing through it and we're not realizing it. So yes, we'll be happy
Yes,
to share.
that's true, because we are the one who are like passing down to our kids without even knowing some of our own childhood traumas. So yeah, that will be great. The link is this one, christinabalcui.com. I will pass it by and let you know. Thank you very much to all of you
Amazing. Thank you,
who
Christina.
have
It was
joined.
very informative session. I personally learned a lot. It has been more than even the sleep talk. It's also about awareness of the impact of what we're saying, what we're doing, and how it impacts our kids. Thank you so much. Thank you for the mamas who stayed till the end. It's already 10 p.m. I understand that it can be time to sleep for everyone, but thank you. And hope to speak soon. And we'll share definitely the recording with everyone and all the mamas who couldn't make it. Thank you and good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.